Hey everyone, this is Byron. I'm here to testify for Jesus Christ. Occasionally, some things just start adding up in my head, and I decide I'm going to do a video about it. Right now, I want to talk about the bloodlines of the Antichrist. As I've mentioned many times before, the Lord has shown me that Barack Hussein Obama is the Antichrist, and He's also shown a lot of other people in the world that he is the Antichrist. So I just wanted to take a moment and look into the bloodlines of Barack Obama. And the first thing is, let's just look at his father's side. His father is a Kenyan, his natural father. He didn't spend much time with his natural father during his life. He was actually raised by his grandparents, and his grandparents' picture is right there on the screen. But his father was raised in Kenya. That is the old land of Cush. And you can go back into the Genesis 10, look at verse 8, and it says, "And Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty hunter in the earth." And I want to focus on that for a moment, because when Nimrod came on the scene, Genesis 10 and Genesis 11 pretty much describes a one-world government. The people were one. They had the same speech, language. And they went to this. They decided to make a Tower of Babel. One interesting thing, it says they made bricks, masonry, and slime. So that that is some important things right there in Nimrod. That if you may know, may not know, but the Tower of Babel failed to be completed because God came down and confounded the languages of the people. However, there are people on this earth that wish to reestablish that tower. Now, Barack Obama, on his father's side, his father being a Kenyan, is from that side of the family, or you could say Cush. Here is a picture of the land of Cush back in the times, at the biblical times. And if you look at the southern border, Cush is designated with a blue line. It includes Saudi Arabia, Yemen, various other countries. But if you look at the blue line down toward the bottom, you can see that Kenya also is included as part of that. Now, these are, I would imagine, these are modern day. This is a modern day map, so it's showing modern day countries. But you can see, at least on this map that I found, that Kenya is included. Now, if you look on the other side of the family, Barack Hussein Obama's mother's side, Barack Hussein Obama's mother, or his grandfather, his mother's father, is named Stanley Armour Dunham. And this is who raised Barack Obama, the one that has been president of the United States twice. Now, this is what I feel is important about this side of the family. If you look into this side of the family, you'll see that Stanley Dunham, that's Barack Hussein Obama's grandfather, is related to 6 U.S. presidents: James Madison, Harry Truman, Lyndon Johnson, Jimmy Carter, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush, and also Barack Obama. So if you begin to examine the bloodlines and add things together, you can see that Barack Obama is from the lineage that had a one-world government, or at least Nimrod appeared to be running things around the time of the Tower of Babel. And also, currently, there are people within this bloodline that we see here that are in his maternal side of his family that are also at least doing things close to trying to shape a one world government, or also maybe doing things, actually saying it out loud. And this, I'm going to talk about 2 people in this bloodline. One is Lyndon B. Johnson. Lyndon B. Johnson had what's called the Great Society. If you listen to some of his speeches, he uses some words within his speeches in the Great Society time frame that he mentions peace and security, and the scripture tells us when they shall say peace and safety, or peace and security, then sudden destruction shall come upon them. And also, I think I remember Barack Obama saying the same thing, and you will find that um, currently there are people saying that too. And the interesting thing I found during the time of Lyndon B. Johnson is his programs, his Great Society programs began to kick in right at the time of the marches, the civil rights marches. And I just found that interesting that there's a connection with Barack Hussein Obama. I think he was born in 1961, and also the legislation within the United States. In addition to that, in addition to the Lyndon B. Johnson push, you also have George H.W. Bush. That's the George Bush Sr. He made a speech inside, I believe it was inside Senate chamber, maybe House of Representatives, but he made a speech that talked about the New World Order. And I'm going to play that for you right here at the end of this. But I just find it very interesting that we have a man that the Lord has shown many people over the earth. He is the Antichrist. He is one who would be accepted by all people for the most part. Definitely the people from that, black people, the ones, African Americans, Africans, and all that are from the lineage of Cush, but also this other side of people who are from this ruling elite, I guess you could say, lineage within the U.S. government. And the Lord also showed me that the United States is Mystery Babylon. So if you think about the people who rule in the United States, and you think about all the way back in biblical times to the Babylonian captivity, to where they had the Babylonian Talmud, and that is a Talmud within Judaism now. Now, I'm not talking about, when you say Judaism, and you got to be careful because there's so many sects within that. However, there is one who rules the world today. And I'm going to say, I personally believe it's the tribe of Dan, the tribe that is missing from Revelation. The tribe that was prophesied they will judge their I think their brothers and sisters. They will judge their brethren, or something like that. I believe that tribe is active today, and I believe we're looking at the lineage, although it's hidden from plain view. And these people are the ruling elite. They are running the world. They are causing things to happen. They're bringing about change in the United States right now, which will usher in the Antichrist, which is their man in the one world government, just as Nimrod was back in the time, but also one who will be accepted by the masses. So just wanted to put that out there and let that go. Here's that speech from George W. Bush, and with this one, we'll end it. Thanks.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind: peace and security,
peace and security, peace and security,
freedom and the rule of law.